you run through and you're like in an office and you got your kid on your back there. I don't know why you're like super tiny, but you got a kid on your back and you decide to go through the computer, and I guess that's like your kids right there, all grown up, and they got grandkids now, and you're trying to call them up on the phone, and you're like, God damn it, kids, I want to see my damn grandkids for once. And you're like, no, Pop, we're too fucking busy with work. Suck a fucking dick. And the mouse is like, God damn it, I want my fucking cheese. And you're like, God, all these people demanding shit from me. And then a gigantic shoe tries and crushes you, and that's obviously your granddad getting butthurt that you haven't had more grandkids. And then the box falls down, and you decide to crush your entire body, and that's pretty much the end of your existence. So that is an example of what Happy Wheels is like right there. But yeah, so apparently you're using a version of Windows that has little tiny squares or something like that. And so you go up the pencil and the phone is like, where the fuck are you at? I need my pills. And then it kills you because that's what happens when you take pills is your head explodes. And so that's a euphemism there for anti-drug use. So don't do drugs. Bad thing. And yeah, so this is like one of my more prominent series. I've done a lot of videos on this with a lot more to come. I started doing this about I think like a year plus ago. I can't remember, like around a year ago, something like that. I think that's how much. And the plug apparently is rubber. Apparently you have a rubber plug. Now, mouse, don't you motherfucker. What are you doing? Is that a gang sign you're throwing? Is that a gang sign? Or possibly, are you shy? Are you embarrassed? Are you ashamed that you've just killed a poor innocent man trying to look at your cheese. Do you see where the cheese is at? I was trying to pick that up and gracefully hand it to you. But instead, you decided to kill me, and now you realize you're never getting that motherfucking cheese. But it might help your weight a little bit. Maybe you should take my diet plan, because apparently you're a very large, obese mouse to the point where your legs have mutated into second hands. And I don't know what the fuck this little like butterfly glass thing is here. That's some horse shit. I don't know what the fuck that is. But anyways, so that is Happy Wheels. But I'm going to play some more levels here while I answer a few questions. First off, I can't really say I have a favorite game, because I did this once. I had found a list of like games, like I made a list of games that I had played, and it was well over 1,500. But if I had to pick like a favorite game, if I really had to pick one, oh god, there's like Phantasy Star 4, there's Sonic CD, there's Jesus, there's like Team Fortress 2, there's Star Siege Tribes, there's so many. But if I had to pick one, I would probably say DDR, Dance Dance Revolution. And the reason for that is not so much the game itself, but the community that was with it back in 2000, 2001 and stuff like that. I mean, we'd go to the arcade, like me and like 60 friends and stuff like that, have like these huge gatherings of people. We'd all go and play, and we'd all like compete against each other, you know, who could get better and stuff like that. And some of the stuff we were doing towards like the end of that whole kind of, you know, society, that whole kind of like, that's a weird word to say, society, what the fuck? Towards the end of that whole like, just, I don't know, era of like DDR where a bunch of people played it. I mean, people were doing stuff like 12 steps a second songs. I was able to get up to like 12.5, 12 steps a second and stuff like that. And that's pretty damn fast if you really think about it. But it was just a community, you know. You'd have all these friends. You go to the movies afterwards. You go and hang out at each other's houses. You go to parties together. You go to like concerts, you know, all this stuff. It was just a really, really awesome community. And the exercise you got from it was amazing. The exercise you got from like some of the stuff you have to do in it, you know. I know people who were 450 pounds and dropped to like under 200 thanks to that game in a year. It was insane. It was, why can't I make this motherfucker? What is wrong with you, buddy? Have you lost your ability? There you go. Good job. Good job. It was just insane, really, like how much that game just was revolutionary. And a lot of people credit Guitar Hero and Rock Band for being like super revolutionary, but in reality, pretty much Konami and the whole Bimani series pretty much did everything they did for the most part beforehand. Like, I mean, there's some obvious different stuff. Like, you couldn't do a full band with like 2 guitars and a drum and vocals in Rock Band or in Drum Mania and Guitar Hero, but you could do it with a keyboard before Rock Band 3 did and all this other stuff. Anyways, that's a totally different discussion. Fuck that. So anyways, that's probably my favorite game if I had to really pick one. I barely play it anymore. Like, I really don't play it that much at all just because the community is basically like dead. For the most part, it's a very, very small community now, and they mostly play in the groove. But yeah. In 5 years, though, I would probably say I want to keep on making videos for the rest of my life. I just love making videos. I love entertaining people. I love making people laugh. I love doing comedy. I love the fact that I can put up one of these videos and it makes somebody happy, if even only for like 5 minutes. If even only for like 5 minutes, it makes their day that little tiny bit better. And that's, I mean, I get messages and stuff like that sometimes that people are saying like, man, I had a shitty day, I had a terrible day, and your video made it better and stuff like that. And that honestly is why I continue making videos. That honestly just I don't know. It just makes me happy to just do that. So I'd like to continue doing that, but I'd also like to be living in the Bay Area or in SoCal, either one. And I'd like to be doing a second job on top of this, something that's probably office work, stuff like that. I actually am certified to type 107 words a minute, so I'd like to do some sort of like data entry job, maybe transcription work, something like that, that requires really fast typing. Why am I going to newest? Why am I going to newest? I want to go to most viewed. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with you? What the fuck? And then, so yeah, I'd like to be doing that. I'd like to be doing YouTube videos. I'd like to be, you know, doing just the stuff I'm doing now, but better, and getting it out to more people and entertaining more people. If I could, you know, fucking suddenly make everybody on Earth like happy, if even for like 5 minutes, that would make me really happy if I could do that. And as far as gaming impacting my life, well, my dad got like a Nintendo and stuff like that for me when I was about 2-3 years old, something like that. And I mean, that was it. I played Nintendo all the time. I played track and field. That got me in shape. DDR got me in shape. I have a heart problem. I had a heart attack at about 7 days old, and probably DDR may have possibly saved my life or extended it because of the extreme amount of exercise that I did over those years that got me in like ridiculous shape. You know, so that's a definite factor. People always say that video games like rot your brain and stuff like that, but that's not true at all in my opinion. I think they only enrich you. They only allow you to be able to think more critically. They allow you to be able to think more in depth and be able to juggle multiple ideas, multiple concepts in your head at once. I think the social aspect of them now is increasing, although it's kind of sad the arcades are kind of dead now, which kind of sucks because I love going to the arcade and stuff like that, and you know, just the kind of community there. But linguistically, having to read all those manuals, having to read all those like strategy guides when I was younger, definitely helped my linguistic ability, my actual articulation, everything with that helped a shit ton. Probably why I'm able to speed read stuff and all that. So yeah, I think video games have heavily impacted my life in too many ways for me to even cover in like a video that would be an hour long. I couldn't even cover all of it. And here are some arrows. Come on, man, you gotta make this shit. You gotta beat those arrows. You gotta tell your son. You gotta be a real man to your son. You gotta tell your son. You gotta be like, son, I'm a badass motherfucker from goddamn down under, and I don't fuck with anybody that don't fuck with me. But if you fuck with me, you better get fucked. That's what you gotta tell him right there. You gotta say, son, I want you to be proud of me. I want you to see I can take 80 arrows in the ass, take 80 arrows in the bum, and you can be a hardcore son of a bitch even at the end of the day. And he's like, God damn it, son, I'm so proud of you. Okay, did that in a totally wrong voice, but that's what you get when you don't really rehearse anything or improvise it, you know? You get about 50 arrows in the fucking head. You get about 50 arrows in the head, and you're like, oh, you fucking dead. I'm going to launch, son, I'm going to save you. Ha! No, that's not how you launch. That's terrible. That's just bad. That is bad. I got an arrow in my face, and now I am sad. Bad. And you gotta jump to save your life, because apparently you have no wife. You're raising your son on your own. I hope you know you got big cojones. And I know it's supposed to be like cojones, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong anyways. But my son is taking all the brunt of the damage for me. He's showing me that he's a true OG. The spiked ball, even though it wasn't spiked, came down and killed me. Oh my God, I can't think of a worm to rhyme. What is a worm to rhyme? I don't know, my brain is exploding apparently. Yeah, so this is the kind of shit you're gonna get if you watch my videos, just completely random, nonsensical shit. Whereupon I attempt to make people laugh, and apparently succeed at it somehow. I don't know how. Maybe my viewers can tell you how I do that, but I'm not really sure how. But now my son looks like he has a gigantic mohawk. And oh, what a terrible, gory, bloody, absolutely abysmal, just fucking bad fate. But this is what happens if you take my diet plan. You can call it a day and you can get this shit and you can look fucking great. You can look fantabulous, you can look fantastic. You can look fucking great with all the blood pouring out of you. You'll have no fat in your veins. You'll look great. You'll look just absolutely great and lovely and just, oh my God, holy cow. Holy cow, you're not gonna look like a cow, you're gonna look like a great man. Call it a day. But if you guys do like videos like this and such, please do come to my channel and view my stuff, because I've got a whole bucket load of videos, like I said before. But if you do want to subscribe, my subscribe button is kind of broke, so it's probably a lot better if you actually follow me on Facebook or Twitter, where I post all my videos, and sometimes I post like questions and polls and stuff like that, ask you guys what you'd like to see more of. If you don't like a certain type of video, if you do like a certain type of video, random links I find, stuff like that. And because people sometimes subscribe to me and then they don't get any of my videos, they don't appear in the subscription box, and that's being worked on. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please do come to my channel and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want to make sure you don't miss any of my videos. And thanks for watching.